Hey there, team, and welcome to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot. Okay, yeah. I know this map. Nice. Cool. Anyway, nice little 5v3 siege here. So we got Y2K playing as Misty. Misty's been in the last 3 battles I've recorded. So it'll be in the one. Should be in the one that comes out next week as well, because this will be between 2 field battles. So yeah, but I usually play Misty in a siege. I usually don't play them too much in field battles. I kind of struggle with them in field battles, but in sieges I love them. Got some skirms here. I think this is a good shout. Yeah, just in case they sally out with something, you can chase them down with the Orc skirms, and if they don't, 2 units is kind of interesting. But anyway, if they don't sally out with something, then you can just still use them as javelins. So I always think that's a good idea. I always bring like Coldfell Maidens when I play as Rhudaur on a siege attack, because it is a case of like, great, if they sally out with something, I'll chase them down with the Coldfell Maidens, throw some jabs at their knights, stab them down with my little spears. But then if they don't sally out with something, hey, I've still got a bunch of jabs coming at you. So it's great stuff. Anyway, so heavy Goblin archers here, alongside lots of Goblin infantry, some heavy. Of course, our Berserker boys there. Some spears, which is just an always also pick, I think, for Misty. Cave trolls, skirms, the mangonels, a kind of interesting shout for this siege. I could see it working. And then berserkers and some snow trolls. So what? That's all the trolls that we can get without going into the red limit. You can get 2 cave trolls without going into the red limit. So that's it's nice to see. We'll see what his allies have. See if that was a good shout or not. Rhudaur, of course, you can't bring trolls. Played by Mark here. So he's got his Rhudaur swordsman, some Rhudaur clansmen with the armor upgrade. Yes. That's the armor upgraded Rhudaur clansman, I'm pretty sure. 8 more troll hunters, Dunman spears. Over here, more Dunman spears and troll hunters with some axe throwers too. Then we also have Lothlorien allied to them here. Everything lined up very nicely. Watchers, lots and lots of archers. Lorne and axemen, spears, swordmasters, golden protectors. Yeah, okay, so pretty balanced force. I would have maybe expected Lothlorien to go like full archer heavy, considering what their allies are in this case. We have actually started. Now I suspect there's probably going to be a grace, but we can chat some guff during the grace. So we'll go to 0.3. Olakai there. Mordor, played by the Mark of the Knights, who's got his minutes Mordor chosen. Everything looks like it's coming around this avenue. Orc Javies, of course, the Blackguard to burst open some lines, Shadowbows being a nice ranger, Temple Executioners, and Sauron's Well. Last attacker here is Rhun, played by V19 Torrent. So he's got his Loke Flag Rim, some Eastron Clansmen, double armor graded Eastron Clansmen, nice to see. Camel's Chosen there with the General. Shadowbows, Shadowbows and Shadow Guard. I was saying double Shadowbows on the attack is an interesting strategy. Armor upgraded crossbows, lots and lots of Gamp Rim. More of these armor upgraded clansmen, Narim up front, and then more Flag Rim. So he's gone for a very golden boy army. Ah, okay, no. We do have another 2 units of clansmen. Holy smokes, he's... No, you can take 4, I'm pretty sure, but this is the most clansmen I've seen somebody take in a very long time. So he really is going to be just tar pit type thing. We'll see what the defenders are. Maybe those clansmen will be able to rack up a few kills, but I think, yeah, pretty deep into that. But I guess he's gone very elite with everything else, so he needs the numbers. 10-10 here playing his Cardolan, so he's got his garrisoned footmen. Some Hearthguard, lots of Gatekeepers, Starbound Warhammers, of course. Rangers, guarantee, yeah. And anything else that's super duper crazy. The Nereath Archers is an interesting shout. I mean, it's certainly not a bad shout for a siege defense. You kind of just need the arrow fire. But yeah, no, fair. No disagreement. Harad, played by JKL, so he's got his Ashari there. Southron Archers, Beast Hunters, lots of these pikes. Trollmen, Champions. Armor upgraded Dismounted Serpent Guard. Some of these Ashari Stalkers. Probably Shadows somewhere amongst it, just to get more of that body piercing. Demons, more body piercing indeed. Yeah, this is quite scary. I quite like that army. For a siege defense, I think Harad, with the amount of body piercing they can bring, can be very frightening. Yeah, it's Numenor. We've seen Numenor. At least I've seen Numenor. Naranara Sentinels, played by Duran. He's got a trebuchet, cohort, sentinels, the Royal Legion of Armenelos, of course, some shadow bows, lots of javs from the Seafarers of Nendamos, which, you know, we're expecting them to actually rinse some people in melee after, considering what's arrayed against us. But yeah, okay, cool. So looking at this, I'm a little bit scared for those clansmen. I'm wondering what those clansmen are really going to be able to go toe-to-toe with, but at the same time, they're siege attackers. They're arguably not meant to inflict all that many casualties when they slam in. They're just tiring out and grinding down their foes. So as always, there should be 2 timestamps in the description. So that'll be the end of one of them for the army run through, but there will be another one that sort of signifies the start of the fight itself, so feel free to click on that. I'll be looking around, examining how people are lining up, where they're going, and rambling away, but feel free to skip ahead to that. I will not be offended in any way, shape or form, I swear. But yeah, it's always okay, cool. Right, so we're just letting them have the bottom line. Fair enough. You probably wouldn't want to defend that outer level anyway, so it's fair enough just to sacrifice it. I've always had this thing for like siege battles that I've really wanted to do, like playing as like playing Dale or something like that, and it's like you have to defend the outer level until like the civilians are back. Now, but I just don't know how you would show that. Maybe like, so you could spawn a unit of civilians here, and maybe another unit of civilians like here in this middle area, and it's like these are like high value civilians, you know, and you basically fail if those civilians die at any point in the siege. So like it's not a totally normal siege, you know, but you're giving it a little bit of extra money for those civilians, say. And they just have to get inside into the middle, or they, as I say, they just have to survive. So you have to defend the outer level until those civilians escape. And so I've always thought about doing, like, I think Dale works very well for that, because it forces you to sort of defend the outer level for a little bit, outer layer for a little bit. Like civilians, you spawn them, say, at the gate, and they've just got to run in, so you don't have to defend it for very long at all, just until they pass you. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a kind of a cool idea, but I just don't know how best to implement that in an actual fight. What we got here? Surely not contact. Surely we're still in grace. No, we're just archers. Archers, we are confused, my lord. Come on, get out of there. We need you. We really do need those boys. And here that's archers. The reason that I'm like so strange about them, I just tend not to take Minerath archers if I can help it. Yes, they have the nice armor, they have a shield, they're great for skirmishing, but it's just in comparison, I guess it's just like in my mind, like in comparison to the sharpshooters, they're just like so bad. Now I know he'd already taken as many sharpshooters as he can, but I would have maybe, depending on how much my money is, like instead of bringing Minherias archers, I would probably take like Gwathel trackers and try and just spend the money I've saved on melee upgrades, you know, across the board melee upgrades, or you know, maybe a armor upgrade here or there type thing. But you know, good. Tintin has gotten them out. They're very important. We need to keep those guys safe, because it's not a poor quality arrow Minheriath archers have. It's just not there's nothing really to write home about with it. Over here, don't know, captains, do we? Yeah, see, we don't have the armor upgrade for the captains. Shameful. Oh, this guy is like, he's definitely one of my like favorite models. The Wardens of Tir and Gorthad captain. I just think he's a really cool looking dude. Okay, so right, we've got Tintin defending this entrance. No entrance over here. Looks like Duran is going to be going all out for this defense. We've got one in the northeast, one in the south, and then one in the west, I believe. What? I zoomed past one? I'm sure there was another. I'm sure there's a 3 entrance fort. No. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Cool. Yeah. So one northwest, one northeast, and then one in the south. Cool. So we've got 3 defenders. I think, yeah, it's definitely... it's definitely a good idea to do what they're doing. In a perfect world, what you would do is you'd have your armies fully mixed, so that you're benefiting from each other's strengths. But in reality, our brains just don't work like that. Like, you're better just having like, this is my choke point, this is what I'm defending, and just keep an eye on what's going on around you and keep communicating, and then send aid to and from each other when it's needed. And then for the final choke point, I believe it's just a 1 choke point entrance, isn't it? Oh, no, there's one here. It's a 2. Oh, it's a 3. Ah, okay. Thought it was maybe just a 1 or 2 final choke point, but there's still 3 entrances. They are quite narrow. They're really narrow and they're very steep, so it wouldn't be pleasant to fight up that. So, okay, cool. We're still in grace here, gang. 45,000 frames and we're 7,000 to set up. This is, I think when things get going, I think we're going to be going pretty hard. Which is usually a good thing for the attackers. But usually the longer a siege goes on, I don't know about that. Yeah, because sometimes you'd argue the longer a siege goes on, the more effectively the attackers are being able to use their skirmish equipment, or siege equipment. Whereas if it's very fast, it sort of makes it seem like the attackers haven't been able to make use of any of that gear. There was some shouting. We are fighting. Okay, cool. Let's go to 1 times speed now. Hashari getting some. Whoa! Don't know about the daggers. I love this. Oh, oh, my poor dude. I love this fight. This is definitely a cool fight for the Hashari. Oh, it seems like they're throwing jabs at them. This is where if you had like a gobble archer or something, you'd absolutely love to just shoot them with something like that. I mean, the javelins are going to be getting some good kills here, which is upsetting for JKL, but it's... somebody's got to take these javelins. And the Hashari are not too expensive. They're quite... I don't know. I don't know if I like this or not. But either way, he's going to be slicing through a lot of these gobbles, just a lot of defensive, well, a lot of skill from the Hashari. Quite a lot of nice attack, but I'd say if you had like just a unit of goblin hunters, which I usually always like to take something like that, just a cheap boy, then that would be a great fight for it. Well, a great target for them. Hashari pulling back, little kick there. Yeah, is he gonna? The 2 boys just letting it happen, just a bit scared. Yeah, no, get away. One last kill was nice. Shaken by that. I mean, jeepers! Imagine if he got a break there, if he actually routed them off. So I don't know if that was good or not. I think that wasn't a good move. It was a very cool move. I appreciate it, but I don't know if that was the best one. We got the troll hunters. Interesting. The troll hunters just threw some jabs into this front line. I don't like that. I wouldn't have taken that myself. I would have been. I mean, you see, I don't know how many volleys they threw out. Maybe they didn't actually throw out that many, but I mean, if try to move forward just a little bit more and get these jabs, which, yeah, you can see, I think that was maybe his target actually, but it's just the spears absorbed it because of the arc and everything. Could have been. 8 more troll hunters. It always kind of sucks, but they're kind of the best thing Rhudaur has to sponge damage. They've got a great shield. Like Rhudaur forces, they do pack good, high quality shields, because their armor's so bad. But the 8 more troll hunters, they don't have that issue. Now this is kind of interesting. Torrent is actually up here. I would be way more aggressive if I secured this territory. I would have a unit of Eastern Clansmen here, unit of Eastern Clansmen here, and I would be packing in my jabs up on this flat ground. JKL's over here. We're seeing a little bit of damage from the Mangonel. Must be. Oh, those, yeah, because these Clansmen are going to get broken. Sauron's well coming up forward. But I think that this is maybe a bit of a misstep, letting them get up like this. But it looks like Duran. Interesting. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool how Duran's planning to hold here. I mean, I guess it gives you a good shot from above, which is what he's been using here. How is this shooting going? Because I'm always worried when we take this sort of shot. I'm always worried about the about shots just going into the hillside. Let me just grab a shot of that. Just keep the ball up. It's so good. And that's kind of a cool one. Yeah, no, they're going straight. The Sauron's well, I would take that as a target. Yeah, I think it would be fair enough. As long as you got actual good shots on them. Eastern Clansmen coming up, and the Belgar Footmen sent in to deal with them. This is actually quite a nice fight with these armor upgraded Eastern Clansmen, because as much as I rant and rave about the Belgar Footmen, I love them. They don't, they're suffering from spear malice. So toe to toe with something that doesn't suffer from spear malice, and it actually does have a good bit of armor, it's not going to be too pleasant. And now these armor upgraded Eastern Clansmen, they're probably still pumping out the same damage as these unarmor upgraded Eastern Clansmen. So yeah, these poor Belgar Footmen are not going to be loving that confrontation. Not very much at all. Yeah, because he's sort of falling back and holding these, I'm just kind of intrigued why he's got the Belgar Footmen out there. Maybe rush them forward just to counter some range unit that was giving him bother. Or possibly going to give him bother. Oof. Dismount Serpent. Yeah, see, this is a shame. I mean, I guess we just... On the defense, we don't really have cheap units. I was going to say it would be nice to get just a, Southern Warband or Haradrim Spears in front to take this sort of fire, but if we don't have that, then yeah, Dismount Servant Guard. Well, got to get it done. Somebody's got to take those hits. You're not really going to be able to stop the enemy from using their jabs. Ah, now these axes. Are these axes getting up and over into the... No, they're not. They're just going straight for the front line again. Ah. See, as sad as this is, I think Tintin will be feeling okay about that. It sucks. Especially when these guys get to such low morale like that, I'd be... Oh man, is that silly? I was going to say, I'd be so tempted just to charge that down, see if you could break it. Another frontline slam, but axes throwing axes, high damage, but no AP. So, and as I talked about in the pitch battle that comes next week, fingers crossed, Cardolan packs on the armor left and right, and they've got shield values there, so they'll be loving that really. Not so much loving it, but they'll be okay with it. Arts and Swordmasters kept nice and safe right now. Seafers and Nindamos getting over here. Nice, okay. Well, left side, they're hitting those shields, but... What are we going for? Gamp Rim, yeah, so again, shield values are coming into play, but that's a nice clear target, and I don't think Torrent is really noticing it. Are we still going? Yeah, we're still going. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, jeepers, if this was to the right side or to the back, I would be absolutely 100% for this. I still think it's nice. I'm sort of approving of it, I guess, but, it's not quite as awesome as it could be. Urk Captain's getting sent up in nice and early by Mark. I really like that. But that's going to be a very tempting target to blast down. Clansmen here, just doing what Clansmen are meant to do. just battle as best as they can and grind down a bit or be ground down. But these Numenor are going to love that fight. They are going to have no problem here. They're going to suffer very few casualties against the low damage coming against them. They've got good defensive skill, great armor, and they're pumping out damage too. These are proper thoroughbred men of Numenor right there that are going to have very little trouble there. Dismount Servant Guard coming lashing forward again. JKL sort of showing his aggression as he hacks away at these skirms. And Bacon, boys, what's going on? Why are you shaking? I guess the troll men are right there and they're scary, but come on, get a grip, lads. You're don't be routing. Don't be routing, please. Diamond spears, okay. Woodland Protector's coming up from Lothlorien. We're getting an up and over volley. Oh, again, we're just sort of slamming to the front. I mean, it's a shame for Tintin. Like, he is losing these guys, but the amount of damage he's actually been able to just absorb with his lads here it's gonna make the push very difficult for for Rhudaur and Lothlorien. I mean, I guess once the front line is actually gone, they'll be able to rely on the archers of Lothlorien, and that's maybe their plan. So could be. I'm seeing a lot of people playing Blue Empire Total War recently. I don't quite. Has there been an update or something? Just because like nobody's been playing Empire Total War for several years, and now suddenly I've got like 3 people in my friends list playing Empire Total War. Couldn't be too sure why. But no, I always Empire Total War with. Apart from, of course, Medieval 2, I think Empire Total War. Oh no, and Warhammer. Yeah, no, and Warhammer 2. With the exception of Medieval and Warhammer, yeah, Empire is my longest played Total War. Of course, that was when I was generally quite young, but there was just so much you could do. Just having my little like Swedish guys running around India. Stuff like that. It was cool. I enjoyed the freedom that you had with that game, and just the expanse that you felt. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, and of course then Napoleon sort of followed it up right after, and that was much more. I much prefer Napoleon for the actual PvP element. Empire was just a bit of fun for the actual campaign, which I, of course, lost hours and hours and hours in. So this is a bit... Oh, no! Those jabs... They've still got the javelins out. Good catch. And if we kill a few more of them, then they shouldn't come back. We're trying to catch them. We're trying to catch a few, but I think a lot of them are going to get out. Flag Rim are going to be a bit nasty for the Numenorian cohort. How much did we get? Oh, those are the Uruk captains breaking it as well. I did one left. They must have been shot up. But yeah, either way, nice little win for the defenders here. Sort of really tempting them forward into a much more fair fight, or at least what looks to be a fair fight. Oh, nice. Again, this is hitting shields, but it is a perfect hit, so I like that. I'd maybe want to kink them. Oh, and you're hitting some guys in the back. And you're hitting some guys on the right side even. I was going to say I'd love to maybe kink them around just there. So although they're not getting as clear a shot, they're hitting backs. Maybe I'd go for I'd be so tempted to put one more volley and then come in for a charge. Even if they had ammo, I'd just come in for a charge because I think you could break it. Blackguard of Barad-dûr pushing through now, trying to surround the shield guard, which we need to stop. We are coming in with more Numenor cohort. This is a bit of a wild one. Templar Executioner's coming out forward now. Right, okay, so. Scary thing here for the attackers now. And this is maybe why I'm seeing it's quite a quick fight. This is great. And I think this fight is going to go kind of in favour of the attackers. I think they're going to get pushed back, but they're going to inflict a hell of more casualties. Issue is, it's going to go very fast. By the time this is done, I think if we look over at the other attacking sections of the battlefield, which is over here, we are nowhere near the same stage of the fight. We're still skirmishing happily over here, and I think we're still skirmishing happily on the south. No, we are fighting over here. We are actually clashing now, and it's going not too bad. It's going not too bad on the front line, but more troops are coming down. Green Garrison archers coming on in, and there is a lot in reserve. Ooh. No, okay, we don't want to use those demons just yet. Okay, fair. We need something. We need something up there. Those 4 footmen. Because as much as I was saying that it was okay to absorb those hits with the Minheriath boys, but now they're kind of running out. Oh dear, those archers have used up all their ammo. Okay, well it's manpower. It's manpower just to take hits for the pikes. And these are more archers coming down. That's about 300 men just coming down to shore up the lines. Dear. So okay, maybe it's not as crazy as I thought. Quite a chaotic fight, and although it's saying this defeat is certain all the way across the board, we're dealing damage to these Numenorians. We're shooting. We are shooting with the Royal Guard. What are we going for? Can't really tell. Just into the bolt, into the javelins. It seems to be the target. Where if we could use fire arrows, maybe it would. Shari darting around from JKL. Am I crazy? Am I crazy to want the sentinels in there right now? Yes, he wants to avoid the jabs hitting them, but Numenor cohort running away. Sharpshooters, we get a nice little lob shot. So we do have all three defenders fighting over here. So defenders have definitely, they've seen that this is a big threat. Okay, no, not too much friendly fire. Yeah, so they're seeing this is really where the attackers are coming hard, and they're sending some aid because they know that if they can blunt this attack, then that's just a whole approach they don't have to worry about. That looks really cool in the minimap, actually. I like that little blob in the center and then the flanks around it. Any confrontation here? Warg skirms coming on in. Southern Pike's getting a little bit confused. Dude, if one of these pikes just decided to stop running into that and turn around and stab up some wargs, I'd maybe be tempted to give them an attack order. It's even, I mean, that's like what, 5-6 pikes? Yeah, like they could just jump in there and just really do some damage. But then of course the whole unit would start moving down. That would be a bit of a bad. Oh, I don't know. Again, I'm just way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. I'm a much better attacker than I'm a defender. Like, I will always say that. So a lot of the time when my defending brain is on, I'm always just like, how do I inflict more casualties? I'm not really thinking about it in the long term. I'm thinking about, like, you know, how do I inflict more casualties in the next 10 minutes? I'm not really thinking about, like, yeah, but within 30 minutes later, all this is going to be done. You know. But yeah, so over here, yeah, Rhudaur grinding away. Rhudaur versus Cardolan fights are always quite nice. Demons, but the demons are being grabbed by the Rhudaur clansmen, but they're going to be in guard mode, so they're not going to care. Whoop. Ouch. Some guys getting back up, but that hurt. A few of those clansmen really rinsing them. Yeah, we need arrow fire. Riders. Riders, come on, we need every elf on the planet shoot at these demons right now. Yeah, okay, we're coming in, but I know I spotted it way late as well, but like we should have spotted that earlier. We should have seen them setting up. We should have been inflicting way more damage on the demons than we ended up doing. A few more stabs from the clansmen, but clansmen, I mean, they're Rhudaur clansmen, so for spearmen, they're putting out a tremendous amount of damage, but still, it's just not enough. These needed 2 hit point demons. They're really nasty fighters, so they take a lot to go down. Trebuchet close. Oh, okay. We're getting some splashes. We're going to get some fire splashes. Seafarers battling away with the heavily armored Holokai. Haradrim getting chased out. Temple Guard firing away. Gamprim arriving now, but these Gamprim have... Oh, no, not them. Oh, 47 Gamprim. They should come back. I think running past all of their friendly units here might shake them up. That's quite lucky for Torrent that he is... Well, quite lucky for all the attackers that they've got to sort of run past their friendly units here. They've got to run right past the general, which should be able to shake them up. Maybe even pop a quick rally as they pass by. Just to try and shake them. I would maybe want to get my general here, though, just so that his influence is closer. I think that you kind of need that in this situation. It's something that I do always forget about myself. Like, I always do forget to, like, kind of move my general nearby the front line. We do have the Hishari Shadows, but they're out of ammunition. Coming in for a quick little charge against those Gobble Archers. Looked like, I mean, I saw 78 Gobble Archers at the start. That took them down to 65. That's quite a nice little charge. We did lose, I think, at least 2, I think 3. Oh god, 4? I think there was 4 Shadows for that. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. You know, we need to start using those girls. Gotta start inflicting some more damage. Yeah, this is where, I mean, the attackers still have a lot of manpower over in this area. Captain's going toe to toe with the Rhudaur Axemen. And some clansmen still. Good stuff. He's down to 5 men left in his unit and he's still standing strong. Arrows coming down. I don't know about that, boys. Okay, no, they're coming over into the Lothlorien archers. I'd shoot them too, because of course once they use up their ammo, they want to be used in melee. Because they're elves, mainline elven archers, you always want to get them some toe-to-toe fighting in melee after they've used up their bows or their arrows. So what are these? I think, yes, these warhammers are actually cracking into some of these staff masters, which is a bit unfortunate for them. Even armor upgraded staff masters do not have much in the way of armor. They really just rely on that defensive staff skill that they have. Just fix the minimap there. Zoom out, zoom back again. Whenever I alt tab, it always will glitch out a little bit. So the men of Rhudaur have done their duty, and whenever you're fighting alongside another elf or an elven attacker, you kind of have to be the one to take the initial losses. And Rhudaur still have some survivors over here actually, but you really want to be the ones that absorbs the fire, so that the elves come in a bit more fresh. Especially when that elf is somebody like Mirkwood or Linden that really do not have much in the way of armor. Oh, little jabs. Coming up and over, still from the Snag of Skirms into the Troman of Harad. Interesting. Okay, yeah. They've got to go down. They certainly do have to go down. How is this fight going? Because this is the one that I find most interesting right now.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Seeing that, so somebody's only down to half. Probably Numenor at this point. I suspect they've been suffering some big casualties. Numenor must be struggling away a bit for manpower, but I think it's still going not too bad for them. And how are we doing outside? Looks like Mark is actually sending troops away from this position, which I don't know if I approve of. I think Torrent still has a few scraps remaining, but it's not much. This fight is just about over, which this is exactly what the defenders wanted from this confrontation. They wanted one of their fronts to basically be defeated. Like, you can see the minimap there, like the amount of manpower that's actually on this side, compare it to the amount of manpower there, and even, I mean, it's, yeah, even on the south, there's quite a bit more, and you've got to keep in mind these are elves, or largely elves, that are preparing to assault. So they are expecting to have a bit less manpower, not like the men of Rhun. So I think a bit scary for sure, because we're going to get to the point where Numenor is going to start siphoning troops off to go to the northwest. Those cave trolls are waiting for an opportunity. They can cover distance super fast if they want to, and just come rushing up this slope. Still, I don't know if we're good at that. We're Legion Menelaus battling down what's left here. Oh, those two Gambrams still happy. Still happy. Oh, and the crossbow's actually getting some shots. This is where it's lovely to have like some sort of cavalry unit just to punish stuff like this. I mean, oh damn, you'd be so tempted just to. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't, but you'd be tempted to come sally out and deal with that. JKL. No. A few of these pikes still stuck behind that rock. I have a cat scratching away at my door, but I've just made 2 cuts in the past 5 minutes, so I'd prefer not to make another one if I can at all help it. It's gonna happen, but I'll give him another. I'll wait till he scratches once more. Ooh. Watcher fire straight into the wardens, and even if not, it's into the Greenwood Garrison archers. Greenwood Garrison. Oh no, they are archers. We need those archers out front, boys. We cannot. Still a few footmen, but we can't let the wardens take this damage. As much as I definitely applaud the way that Tintin and some demon assistance has defended here, it's been very disciplined. I think that they've just been taking so much damage now. They need a relief here. I think if we're gonna bust through, it's gonna be here. But then they've got got all this. The Menheriath archers are still waiting. Sharpshooters there waiting. More archers waiting. And the gatekeepers ready to open up too. There's not actually that much in the way of infantry, but as they bust open, as they run up this way, they're going to take so much damage that I don't even know if there'll be survivors by the time they arrive. Any confrontation happening here? No, they have made the right decision, sort of falling back. Oh! Mark has 1 Nazgul remaining. I wonder if that's his general. No, we'd see if that was a general Mark, wouldn't we? Nah, there's too much confrontation, but I don't think it's a general. I think we'd see a little star. But I'm surprised he's managed to pull that guy out alive. It just shows the Numenorian ability that there was one of them mixed in amongst that, and we were able to sort of slay. Well, that there was a Nazgul unit mixed in amongst that, and we didn't break. So I've got the Trollmen giving their chance, very intimidating to the opposing forces and bolstering our own morale. Now I'm sure when Y2K, like, he's been skirmishing away, but when Misty comes in, they can grind because they have the numbers and they've got decent armor. But if Misty really wants to break through, Misty kind of needs to come in like a wrecking ball. With their trolls, we've got 3 units of trolls, we want that to all come in at once. We want the numbers just to flood forward. Maybe even a little bit of mass from the wargs could be of use. So we're waiting for that chance. And I mean, shield wall with the heavy gobble spears to bust in as well. It's sort of as a waiting game for him now. He doesn't want to bust in just yet. We just open the door for my cat. 1 second. I'll have a gander over this position. There we go. Good. I've always, thought about the idea of like, what if I remember when I was on board one of my ships, I thought, like what I used to do on the weekends sometimes, because there always had to be one of the officers on board, of course, but, there were 3 of us, so occasionally I would have a full weekend off, and what I used to do was I would go out to a hotel, just to get off the boat for a weekend. And that was always quite a lot of fun. And I thought a lot about just like, I'll get a hotel for the weekend and I'll just record. And sometimes, when I'm at home, I ponder that as well. It would just be nice to just sit and record for a weekend without lovely cats jumping in and requiring attention. But yeah. Get these Menheriath archers sorted out, because that right side is not providing a shield bonus. Over here. Trebuchet, I didn't see that trebuchet get used. I'm sure it has been. But yeah, I love the... Oh. Is it taking arrow fire? Shadow bows are shooting at something. Okay, they're going through the Royal Guard. Or are they going into the treb? To be honest, that's not actually... I wouldn't be too upset if that was Duran. Because, yeah, they're definitely going into the treb. They're following them. Because all he needs is to make sure like 4 or 5 of his guys are still okay. And he's still fine. But it's not easy for those shadow bows to hit him. Just a nice way to use up some of their shots. Crossbows tried to come on forward there, but being met by the Seafarers of Mendamos and this heroic steel bowman is enough to break them, and I don't see them coming back. So hopefully they had used up most of their ammo. Cat just keeps coming up, frying at my feet, shunting himself into my legs, knocking me over. I tried to catch him, but no, then of course he runs to the door and stares at me. He wants me to just basically follow him around the house. But no, I can't do that right now. He has food, he has water, he is fine. He is just being a bad boy. Gobo infantry stand. All of Y2K's forces are just shaking. Where do we have that general, my man? Yeah, it's just a very scared force. Yeah, I see these. Oh, they have been used up. But again, that's a lot of armor, a lot of numbers. Takes a long time to wear them down. Kind of will tire the enemy out a bit. Tintin coming forward with a few of his crossbowmen. Problem with this is we do not really want them to shoot, because most of the unit is just going to be slamming it right into the floor. A few of them sort of stumbling up against that rock a little bit.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, that's another one of the defenders down to half. What are we at percentage-wise in general? 53 for 54 is interesting. But, as I say, it's not a fun spot for the attackers right now, because they basically got themselves neutered on one side. Looks like the defenders are... Ah, okay. So, what you usually get, not usually, but... when... Oh! Oh, shoot! What the hell happened? Oh, God, we missed this. Yeah, okay. Okay, we didn't expect the trolls to turn up here. And, we have a very chaotic little attack. Haradrim jabs are in. Oh, God, no, no, no. Going into the captains. Even if the Haradrim jabs got one volley into the captains, which it looks like they did, my God, that's devastating. But now they're AP. I love the Haradrim jabs. They're absolutely fantastic. The remaining captains will best them, but it's not going to be fun. Yeah, okay, this position's fallen. Okay, we need to fall back. Yeah, wow, and all the trolls are coming slamming in. Okay, so Y2K was going to be a battering ram, but I expect him to be a battering ram on his own side, but no, he's coming through here. So this is going to have to spark everybody to retreat, which is we're retreating here. Now the problem with how this attack has happened, what you want is you want everybody to be retreating while you're engaging them. So what would have been awesome would have been if Y2K was actually fighting these guys and then they started to try and pull back. So they would have, even best case scenario, they would have had to leave 1 or 2 units behind as a rear guard action. You know, worst case scenario for them, they would have been routing as they're being chased down and sliced away at. So, but because they've only really been broken on one side, and they weren't being pressured on the others, they've been able to pull off this very nice relaxed retreat action, which, on the other 2 sides anyway. Rides the Golden Wood are through, getting in amongst these Third-Eye Warhammers. Oof, yeah, breaking them, doesn't surprise me there, mate. Pretty scary confrontation. And yeah, that's them busted here. Okay, that would have definitely... Oh, didn't actually change the percentages that much. But it was largely done by the trolls. So I don't think we can take those percentages too seriously just for now, because these trolls are a bit bloodied. And even though they're quite bloodied, they've not actually taken that many casualties. Oof, a little bit of damage. That's just Narim shots, so these are just aesthetic fire arrows. But still, you know, decent high damage arrow. Rhun finally being able to push up and claim this section. Must feel very satisfying for them. So they'll be able to push over and still be a presence over here, which is nice. The thing for the defenders though is this is a much closer battlefield, so they can just run over and support each other a lot easier. It's not as much of a fear to have somebody pressuring one side. Oh, JKL. I would be getting those guys inside, dude. I mean, what the... Orc skirms don't have any ammunition, I believe. And yeah, Y2K's spotted this. It's a nice action, maybe. Oh, we're trying to save the skirm. We're trying to save these sharpshooters. Oh dear. Okay, that's a win, because they had ammo. That's a good win. If the attackers can get these guys dealt with, then that is an absolute win. So yeah, JKL coming in, trying to save the day. These shadows trying to help out too. Right, 44 before contact. Down to wow. Even if we got 20 of them in there, then I wouldn't feel terrible, because we'd still probably use up the ammo. Run now. Get behind those pikes. The South Runs have come to save us. Just get away. No, stop reloading. Aye. Why was that? Oh dear, okay. Hey dude. Right, okay, let me open this one. Range got that one. Right. So the riders actually came in. That was some good team play there. And those pikes are gone now too. Oh dear, their heroic sacrifice just cost them their lives. That's heartbreaking. That is very heartbreaking for the defenders, because that's a very high value unit, both in range and at melee with their AP. And then the Southrons, very useful, and we're letting them walk in. Dude, we're letting them walk straight in, and they've got an avenue straight to attack the archers. Oh dear, this is falling apart. We need to get on top of this. We need to get on top of this real fast. That was 120 down to, whoa, 96. Dearie me. 90. Oh god, we're still dropping. Now, of course, these are Southron archers. They're not really useful in melee after they've used up their ammo, but by the point they need to go into melee, they've, you know, there's probably nothing to shoot at them, so they can just slice away. 86 now, down to 60. Wow, 58. Dearie me. Ow, 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 ow. There's another unit there. There's the Hashari stalkers with their bows out still. I would get these blooming... I'd get these stalkers around. Wow. That's a stinger. Yeah, JKL sort of pushed, he fell way too far back. I think he felt too comfortable. I was saying that this was like a comfortable retreat for the a very comfortable retreat for the defenders, and I think I'm regretting saying that now. Surely these guys are going to rout. I'm really surprised they didn't rout with that, but I guess it's just they've got allies right behind them, so they don't want to. But I mean, in a way, we've just lost a full unit. Well, he's going to keep pushing. He's going to keep hitting them. Like, why not? Keep hitting them. Keep hitting them until there's... and you've already got your avenue of escape. Your avenue of escape has been blocked off, so you might as well just punish them until... you could maybe even run over here and get a slam into the stalkers. They basically lost, what, like one full unit of archers now? Oh, good win. Good win. JKL trying to answer to this. This is where you'd maybe want to run forward with the infantry and hit them while they're in this like chaotic mess of a defense. What are we doing over here? So this is sort of the most well defended of approaches. Oh dearie me, those patrols are... Wait, saying that? No, maybe not those patrols. I mean, the rangers will be hurting them.
We will smash the enemy.
No, those trolls are going to quite enjoy that fight. I thought there was a captain mixed in amongst that. The Mangonel is super close there. So with the Mangonel super close, that's... Ooh, I mean, cracking right into the Tharbad Warhammers. No, he's not. He's not going to go for it. I don't really think he had the time, in all honesty, to do so. But the Warhammers will be able to kill off those trolls. They'll have the damage ability to do that. I'd be tempted to shut down that Mangonel. Just for the potential that it has later on in this fight, I think I'd want to just have it finished. How are those riders doing? Those riders are trapped now. There's pikes. I say that. They're elven riders. They're broken. Yeah. Poison arrows coming in. Being totally surrounded. That is then finished. But they did good there. I really think that they performed pretty damn well. And a few stalkers dropped. A lot of stalkers dropped. They'll still be able to use up their ammunition, but their DPS, that like shocking DPS that Rangers can put out is dealt with. And of course, being Rangers, once again, that sword fighting ability, high defensive skill that you get from Ranger units is valuable. And that's gone now, or largely. Trolls arriving here. Up against pikes, trolls generally do quite well. I would be kind of tempted, it's a bit wild, I'd be kind of tempted to throw... Oh, the trollmen. Yeah, the trollmen will wipe him out. I was going to say, if there were no trollmen there, I would have been almost tempted to put the demons in to best those trolls in melee. Maybe that's a bit wild for me, actually. But gatekeepers, prodding and poking with their halberds. More trolls coming in against poor old Cardolan on this front. But they're keeping the wild men and the trolls back. Both the troll hunters and the trolls. There's still elves in reserve. This is scary. Enslavers as well. Some more staff masters popping up, which at this later stage in the fight, there's nothing to shoot those staff masters down. They're not going to do damage quickly, but they ain't going anywhere. Right, let me just let my cat in my room once again. wants too close to me, I'm catching as well. He wants the window. But it is late December, that's all. Late December, it's far too cold. Far too cold for small boys. 4 degrees, I would be very cold too. We are holding Basil as we try to cast the rest of this fight. So, Lothlorien flag rim, crashing away up against the Royal Guard. I know you're a whiny boy, you're a whiny man, but I know. I swear I'm not squeezing you, just being whiny. Naren there, flag rim, cracking through the Royal Guard's armor. We're seeing some troll men arriving now too. Why are you such a whiny boy? Stop it now. Dear me, he's bad. Demons there, getting a good shot straight down the flag rim, it looks like. Can't really adjust my mouse. Unlike Jasmine, I can hold Jasmine with one arm quite comfortably, but Basil is a very large cat, so he requires 2 hands. He is not fat. No one would ever see the fat. I know. I know you're not a fat boy. You're just very bad. Just very bad and very big. Very big boned pussy cat. Dear me, what is this? What is my life? I swear, we're good at this. I've been doing this for several years. I should have preparations in place for stopping bad cats from being monsters while I'm trying to record. But this is the 3rd video I've tried to record today, and Basil has finally decided no. It is time to stop. It is time to stop Ryan from doing what he likes to do. It's time to just be cuddled by Ryan. I know, vicious boy. I know. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. You're gonna be good. Oh, he's a monster. He's a monster. Now my mic is of course covered in his white fluff. So, back to business. Steel bow is being thrown around the fight now. Just about as good as the Numenorian Legionnaires. Naren going straight for them, but they'll tank that damage really with that sturdy shield and the good armor that they've got. Beast Hunters here. Oh goodness me, all these orcs dealt with now. So as chaotic as this fight was for Harad now, it seems like they've gotten on top of things again. Goblin King Bodyguard running around, that'll be a bit nasty for them to deal with. The Trollmen should be able to inflict some good casualties on the Bodyguard though, if I'm honest. As much as I love the Goblin King Bodyguard, they are going to be getting smashed there. Berserkers though, Berserkers coming alongside them though, that's a nice little tandem strike force that will not go down too easy. We're going for the trebuchet? We are. Some crossbows coming straight down. The Troll's trying to interfere. But yeah, I think he's probably doing the right thing just by ignoring them. Trebuchet actually being pulled back a little bit. I didn't actually see... is this going... That was a cancelled shot. I'm gonna need some fire there, dude. We need these Lothlorien guys and Staffmasters shot up. More of this Narem fire, very pretty, coming out of the Sentinels. Silent Rem. Actually having a good fight there, which is surely short. Yeah, there we go, that's changed now. Because the demons are not easy to deal with in melee, and there are steel bows that are really not easy to deal with in melee. What is causing that? What is causing them to have a sudden Nazgul, been birthed by the then remaining Nazgul? He's summoned his fallen friend back? No, okay, no, it's back to defeat his servant. Very strange. They've prodded down the general of Rhun, but I mean, up in the fight right now, Camel's Chosen and the Scion Rem, nothing's really going to be too shaken, I don't think, by that retreat. Shadowbow is standing, waiting their turn. Swordmaster's coming around by our Ilven player there. Who is that again? That's Joris. Joris Minierman. Okay. I don't actually know that name. But yeah, cool. So we have lost one mangonel, so we're hiding the other one. YTK was very bold having him standing there, but I think he was maybe just sort of like tempting out, like, hey, yeah, please. Oh, okay, that was a good slam dunk. wasn't enough to break them. The Gatekeepers and Hearthguard are going to do their best there, but Hearthguard can't really put out damage too quick. They're a great unit. I always put my general on with them, love them to pieces, but they aren't going to damage quickly. Swordmasters, Little Fires and Swordmasters are going to be a menace to deal with. Rhudaur Clansmen engaging now. One slam dunk right here, baby. But the risk of friendly fire is just so traumatic because of the amount of units we have over here. Yeah, I think we're going to go for this position. Or nothing at all. Maybe nothing at all. What do we have? Like, we don't really have anything in reserve over here. We're running on fumes. A lot of armies. 70, 71 for 77, so the defenders are down. Which is a bit of a scary thing. Okay, okay. YTK doesn't have anything else ready to go over here. He's got 2 big units of heavy global spears, but that's kind of it. And then one heavy global spear that's hiding. Just can't get out from behind the wall. Okay, yep, bodyguard and berserkers running around. As much as percentage-wise, I'm liking it for the attackers. I'm a little bit scared just because of how the situation's lining up. Sort of where everybody's positioned. Champions and Aphrat coming on over here. Like, this is kind of... I guess this is not it for the attackers. They've still got over on this side. And spears, that's not really going to do too much. I'm going to bounce off a lot of those attackers. A nice beefy unit of Rhudaur swordsmen might be the ticket. That'll do some good damage. They've still got the enslavers nice and fresh. It's still got a full unit of Dunman pikes too. Okay, okay. Yeah, we've got some menacing troops up here. The defenders have started to use their elite units, which I think is necessary, and I think it's going to be very effective and good for this fight. Those trolls have survived way too long. They're going toe to toe with the swordmasters, so they will get eviscerated by that. There's the great witch doctor of not witch doctor, plague doctor of Amon's sword. Absolutely love that dude. Love you. Why are you being so bad today? He's a monster. He is a monster. He's getting chased. As soon as I stop, as soon as I finish recording, I'm chasing that little man around the house. And seeing what the heck is, seeing what is causing that concern for him. So he's just being a monster. No, so yeah, like this is a shout, I think. What we got? Heavy global spears. We need to, yeah, I think this is good. If JKL just leaves this here to react to whatever Y2K wants to send at him. It's 3 units of heavy global spears. Okay, that's not going to be fun to deal with. But if he forms up that pike line nicely, and those 2 units of trollmen, God, they're all exhausted though, and these boys will just be warmed up. They'll be tired, not tired, but they'll be winded by the time they get up to the top of that hill. Especially because they're running up it. But still, winded versus the big difference between winded and exhausted. Champions and Aphrat still doing alright. Rhudaur swordsmen engaging now. They'll die quick. I mean, that's just the case with Rhudaur swordsmen. They'll always die fast, but they'll inflict a fair few casualties as they do so. Inflicted some good damage up against those champions and Aphrats. Over here, shadows getting around. Gatekeepers still doing their best against the staff masters. That armor is going to get cracked into by those staffs a bit. Dunman pikes arriving now alongside some axemen. Over here, yeah, some Lothlorien forces engaging now, and we've not really received any aid here. Oh no, there's nothing in reserve. We need something. Are these guys out of ammo? Oh, they're not. What's the plan here, guys? Because they're about to get in. They're about to get in. They have crossbows. Are we going to be shooting them down? Are we? Oh dear. But what can come over here? No. There's nothing that can really answer to this. Beast hunters? They've still got their javelins in hand. We need to get those javelins spent on something because we've got to throw these guys into a fight somewhere. Oh dear. Okay, this is starting to get a little bit crazy. What are we wanting to hold? Yeah, we need to be able to fire at will. not yet, but like we need to be just starting rattle shots into stuff. It looks like we got a troll man unit. He's gonna just try and hold this line with the 2 pikes and 1 troll man. Where is Y2K? See, if I was Y2K, I would have maybe put another unit over here But I guess he saw that he has basically got an open avenue here. I would sit one round here, one round there. But, yeah. Either way, it should be fine. Oh, okay, there's... Oh, Berserkers over here. Yeah, no, they're going to be in. They will certainly be in. Beast Hunters, if you've got a straight shot with your jab, it doesn't really matter what you go for at this point. I think you just need to cleanse the enemy numbers. Black Wolves, 2 hit point units coming in. Not fun. Champion's still at 61, goodness sake. That's after there was Rhudaur Swordsmen. I thought those Rhudaur Swordsmen would do more damage to them, to be honest. Oh, that is the Cardolan General dropped. Must have been amongst... I couldn't see who he was amongst, but it looks like the rest of his units may be routing because the Zaxmen are chasing something. Watch the Golden Wood running around. The Slavers moving up right here. They are quite a scary unit, so it's nice to have them here in the front line. Just to intimidate the enemy forces. The demons are standing. Those demons... Whoop. Yeah, if we're winning on this section, it's going to be down to those demons. And... yeah, Trollmen coming over here. Demons in this position. Blackbacks. Oh, some Narem. Heroic Narem in there. Yeah, just trying their best. Berserkers trying to get them. We just need to be in guard mode. We need to hit those Berserkers. You see when I'm really serious because I just start to rapidly click and panic a bit. Steel Bowl's breaking. Yeah, the flood is coming in now. Still some Royal Guard. But no, they're not. Well, 12 Sentinels, but they're not long for this world. Spearmen already come all forward. Surprised the defenders are able to hold out, so we've still got quite a few frames left. This is quite a comfortable little engagement here, but this is one of these situations where like this is going to break, and then oh, Watchers. Okay, so he's either got to keep something there to keep the Watchers back, or I mean, all of this can just go off and try and support something else. But by that time, it might be too late. These Serpent's Fangs. That's still a beefy unit of Serpent's Fangs. Okay. But again, just fire it well. Like we need to just make sure we're actually sending our arrows into stuff. We need to be doing that damage.
Only
Demons.
half the enemy force remains.
Yep. Southrone Archers there too. Just hit your targets, boys. Just hit your targets. Doesn't really matter what said target is. You just gotta be landing those hits. Demons. Ooh. Okay, no, looks like the demons were sort of going for the Sword Masters, but they really need to go for the Berserkers. Don't think that's if they're in guard mode, maybe. No, they weren't in guard mode. That was enough to get them stopped. And those demons, as much as I sort of talk up the demons' ability in melee, they would be eviscerated if they stayed in that fight. So they got to get out, and they're opening the line for the Trebuchet. Those Beast Hunters still looking for targets. Dockers still looking for targets. Champion's being pulled back. Well, it looks like as much as I was... How do we get those Slavers in there now? I know the demons are there too. I'd probably just get the Slavers in. Just rush them up in this corner, hopefully, and hope the demons can get a great shot on me. Ah, they're coming in. Good stuff, boys. Then... yeah, it's still a nice beefy unit of Rhudaur Swordsmen there too. I'd probably just flood in, because right now what's happening is they're pulling troops away from this position, and you don't want them to be able to do that. You want to keep the pressure, you want to make sure they're like, no, I have to keep my champions there, or we're going to get broken. A few demons here engaging the Berserkers. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 1 or 2 Berserker kills there, but these guys should come out victorious. That was a nice splash. That was a really nice splash, but what we need there is a break, which we almost got. We really almost got that. If we just had a little bit of poison arrow damage, that would have been the end go on. Either way, that was a good hit. I think another one would be coming. Reload, boys, reload. We'll get through the champions. Shadow Bow's in there now too. Okay, 2 nice hits again. Surely that's a break. No, they're happy. They're ready to go.
Only half
Well
our
done,
force
Gobos.
remains.
Servants Fangs down to 76, but comfortable in that engagement. Over here, The surviving spears backed up by the Watchers has been enough to... Oh, it's been enough to get the Watchers around the front line, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, we're getting some breaks there now. Wavering. I'd maybe want to get those Watchers just one quick rear charge, and I think that'd be them finished. I mean, it's nothing dramatic, but it just means that they can't bring those guys along. Freeze up the wee little hidden Hishari. Don't quite know what they'll end up doing. They're locked morale, of course, so they'll fight to the end. Little assassins. A few shadow bows, a few camels chosen in there now, going toe to toe with the Serpent's Fangs. Well, the Serpent's Fangs. Really like them as a look, and I like archer generals. I always like, you know, just high quality archer units that I can put my general in. Eastrom crossbows. I thought they were Eastrom clansmen for a second. I was like, Cheapers, how are you still one of those guys alive? Oh, Beast Hunters! Why are these guys just not on fire? Well, they need to go. They're even turning. They know what they want to throw at. Oh, Beast. Like Doctor, go. Did he get killed there? He's right in the middle of all that. Damn, if he was fighting 1v1, he could rinse through quite a few of them, but no, fighting in this group is just not going to work out too well for him. I want Beast Hunters. No, the Beast Hunters are about to be blasted to pieces. Routing spears is interesting. Yeah, I think JKL was just focused on other parts. He forgot those guys were not on fire well. Oh dear, yeah, pretty chaotic now. But it's all just messy. It's all messy now. Watchers, yeah, surrounding these Serpent's Fangs. That'll be their number. These pikes actually were victorious over here. One Seal Bowman just casually getting his way out of there. I thought he was walking for a minute. A few more Watchers pulling themselves out. From the looks of it, I think that our Harad player might have been AFK at this minute. It's seeming so. Like, I'm not seeing any movement from them, whereas I would be grabbing them and running them on in. And I definitely have these guys on fire. Well, not that I think that would have sort of saved the day, but they would have been able to sort of delete one of these units. Which just gives a bit more time for the likes of the champions to do their work. Gives them a bit more of a chance. The Mangonel being moved up now. And yeah, that should be... Oh, crossbows. Yeah, that's another break from these poor spears. And that might be the same unit that's just sort of run into a few guys there and decided, nope, we'll run the other way. Yeah, no, I think JKL's AFK at this point, unfortunately. Yeah, because they're just waiting. And that's a shame. But yeah, no. So we can sort of see where this is going here. Definitely pretty close. Definitely quite enjoyed that one. Nice map.
The battle is very much in our favour.
I think
victory will be ours.
No major missteps or anything from the defenders. I think it was just, I mean, 5v3 is always tough. Whenever you're doing a 5v3, you have to, you're relying on the attackers making some sort of mistake. That's the way I view it. And if the attackers are smart, which they generally all were here, I think we had some interesting moves at the start. But no, and it was those little victories. It was like the, I mean, that was not a little victory. This was magnificent. Just taking out half a unit of pikes and taking out a full unit of sharpshooters, suffering very few casualties, and then over here bringing down a full unit of archers and then half of a unit of rangers. I think it was things like that that were really just sealing the deal. So, I mean, that would have been, I mean, those sharpshooters could have, let's even be conservative. Those sharpshooters could have deleted a unit of this size, for instance. Gone. Those archers, yeah, probably again, like that's another. These remaining Rhudaur swordsmen, deleted. It's. Yeah, and I mean, that's just their range units. That's, you know, after that in melee, they can just hold the line for a while. There were so many points where the defenders were just needing to plug gaps. And a beefy 120-man unit of Southron archers would have plugged a gap. That certainly would have plugged a gap for a little while. those stalkers, those 40 stalkers that we lost to cav charges, they would have inflicted some kills in melee. Yeah, I didn't even think about the amount of damage they would have been doing at range either. It's lots of these little things that were just, yeah, struggling at the start there. I think maybe as well, as much as I'm just not a great defender, as I say, and because I'm never really sure what's an effective, like what's sort of an efficient exchange of javelins per manpower. Because this is how I attack, you know, I'm always like thinking about what would I guess, yeah, like what would I throw a javelin at? I generally wouldn't throw a javelin at an armored front line. If I could get a shot at their backs or their left side or right side even, then absolutely, yeah, I'm going to get a javelin in there, but I'm not going to go for that when it's, if that's another general down, but I wouldn't go for that face to face. Oofed. You guys get burned up there. Be the captain unit of the Champions of Nafrat. But no, I think this is really the only major confrontation now. We're still receiving some mangonel fire. More than happy to get some friendly fire, it seems, if he needs to finish the job. But yeah, I think that this is definitely not the easiest map to hold. But and the guys definitely made it pretty damn close. Trying to think. I think everyone's army composition was pretty good. I would have loved to have seen one cavalry unit from the defenders. I think, like the black serpent, or a, what else could we have gotten? What was our other defender? The Harad. Oh, we could have gotten any. Yeah, there's a lot of lancer units that we could have gotten for the for Cardolan. Nicely armored cavalry units like Tharbad Riders, for instance. I would have maybe gotten something like that, just to do a quick little charge to chase away some units, or during these sort of really chaotic moments, just bam, 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 you know, getting some smashes going. Even in the center here, like when things get chaotic, having a cavalry unit, like even at like half manpower cavalry unit, just like bang, 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 just jumping around in here and stops these guys from just being able to exploit any gap they see with any unit that's nearby. It's like, oh, there's a gap, I'll run my Rhudaur swordsman in there, and then it's like, oh, they've got Tharbad Riders. Oh god, by the time you're like reacting to it, they've already rolled through half of your unit. So you wouldn't be able to exploit that gap with those Rhudaur swordsmen. So you've got to, you know, wait until there's a spearman or a pike present for you to before you can rally through there. Those serpent's fangs really survived. They did a really good job of outlasting everything that was attacking them. What do we end up with anyway? Oh, 95%. Holy smokes! Yeah. I mean, I know we've got a few elite units left, but that was pretty damn close, really. I think it was just a few little, like letting the attackers sort of run a bit riot. But even right at the end there, I think, you know, had those two units of hunters been on fire at will, I don't know how much ammunition they had left, but you know, they could have done some good work, I think, had they just been left on fire at will. But no, cool. Trying to think of anything else to add. I don't really know. No. Mangonel was an interesting shout. Always cool to see it. I do enjoy it as a artillery piece. Always a lot of fun. Let's again have a gander. Whoa, yeah. Those routing bolts, nice. I guess that's kind of what you get when you're fighting the gobbles. Pretty reliable kills from everybody. These poor spears and those two units of spears both got dabbed on. Dearie me. Gobble infantry doing their thing. How did the skirms get on? Orc skirms and Snaga skirms. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Nice. Cave trolls. Yeah, I think there was some very effective use of trolls from Y2K there. That's something I was really chuffed to bits to see. It took me by surprise, so I was sort of scared the defenders too. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thank you guys very much. And I will go yell at my cat and chase him around for a bit. Of course, yell kindly, not angrily. And see you guys later. Bye.